last time we were here,
Yes.
remember we talked about the little funny scenario where in Italy you see people running extension cord all the way to the pier and bouncing clams and shellfish into old washing machine, right? Now, that's okay if you're in Italy, but if you're in America, there is a simpler way to do so. You're gonna get your shellfish, put a good pinch of salt on top, seawater has salt in it, and then mimic the ocean water. So now what's
Why do you do that?
Because you're lying to the clams.
You're lying to...
So you gotta lie to the clams. Because clams are bottom feeder. They hold on poles underwater, so they're very dirty inside sometimes. And this is how much sand and stuff can come out of a single pound of clams.
Wow.
So some people believe that by adding some cornmeal or semolina to the water, the clams will eat the cornmeal and cleanse kind of the inside. I wouldn't take it that far. Just put some. You don't want to send them to a vacation. This is not like a food trip. They gotta just how do you say?
Ingest it or digest it?
Correct.
But may I ask, how long do you have to keep it in the salt water before you...
You know, I think if you can overnight, that'll be great, but not more than that.
Okay, I want to point out one thing, that Mr. Steinis does not eat pasta because he doesn't, but now look at
That's not true. I don't cook pasta.
You don't cook pasta.
There's a difference
That's true, but
between
you're eating.
As much
Yeah,
as
look,
many,
you're enjoying
many
it.
other things.
Yeah, all right.
So
Fabio knows me very well.
this is a little spin on classic. Okay. First of all, we're gonna add some bacon bits to it. It's a good texture, and using bacon fat to cook a touch of garlic and the clam will add a ton of flavor to it. Ton of flavor. A little bit of garlic. We're gonna let this sizzle. Then we're going to add our clams inside.
Is this something that you came up with yourself with the bacon?
This is something that I know, and this is something that we do at the restaurant over and over. Meaning, we try to serve the classic with a little twist. Okay, so that's for us. It's important. Then, of course, there is bacon inside. You don't want a lot of salt, but a pinch of salt is always good. Some pepper.
How is it, you guys? Are you loving it?
So good.
A little thyme in it, and then look. Here's what you're gonna do. The clams, they're gonna wake up to a bad news.
What?
They're going from ocean water to a hot pan.
Okay.
So here's what's happening now.
Oh,
A touch of wine.
Oh,
A touch of wine. Some clam juice. Clam juice or fish stock. I will use some clam juice.
you can
And
buy
then-
clam juice in your market, right?
Yes, and then all you do is let it steam for a second, and you go to the pasta now. You get your spaghetti, and you can put your spaghetti in the water, of course, boiling water. In this case, I par-cook some of them, so we can kind of speed through it.
Yeah.
Get
What
some-
kind of pasta do you suggest?
I suggest either spaghetti or originally spaghetti alle vongole or linguine alle vongole. The only difference is really in the shape of the pasta. Linguine will be flat, spaghetti is gonna be round.
Do you salt the pasta water?
I don't in this case, because for
Because?
me, the sauce is very seasoned. Bacon has a content of salt in it, and we're gonna top, although frowned upon in Italy.
Yes, with fish and cheese. Yeah. You don't
Although
put cheese on
frowned
it.
upon in Italy, I did found that with the addition of bacon and the bacon fat instead of olive oil, some sharp cheese like a Parmesan or a Pecorino cuts through the fattiness a little bit, which is a good thing.
Fabio, what is this? Is this butter?
Yes, that's a touch of butter, and look what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Here's what we're going to do now.
Like
We're gonna take the
mayonnaise.
pasta out.
Oh my gosh! I wish you could
Look
smell
at
this.
this.
This
That
is
is
incredible.
sizzling. Or how do you say it?
Sizzling? Oh, seasoning.
Sizzling. Mark, am I rubbing off on you? You can't talk anymore?
Fabio, do they open the clams? Is there something wrong if they don't open?
No, okay, there is,
Yeah, that
technically,
too. Yeah.
technically, yes, they should be all open. But sometimes they are really big, the shell is very thick, so sometimes they kind of stay closed. But that's not the biggest issue, because as long as you leave them there, you'll see that eventually they're starting to open.
It'll take about 3 to 5 minutes for them to open.
Yeah, I would say about that, yes.
Okay.
I want to serve you a little bit, so at least you can taste it.
But you guys like it?
Yeah.
Good?
It's
amazing.
So good. It's so good.
Yeah, I know.
so
Paul
rich
hasn't
and
said a word.
delicious.
It's hard to get me to shut up, but this is worth shutting up and just eating.
I'm going to give you some of it nice and hot right out of the pan.
Yes,
okay?
and actually,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let the clams cook a second longer, and then we're gonna go with the
Did
microplane.
you use pecorino or Roma?
In this case, I'm
Parmigiano?
using a touch of Parmesan cheese.
Okay.
You go ahead, and you taste this, and I'm finished working on my clam right here. And I'm gonna give you a little juice to it. See, after a minute, they just start open like that. The pasta is ready, but if you wanna just take the pasta out and keep cooking this for a minute longer, that's perfect. Let me get a little.
While he's
I
doing
want some
that,
of
just
the
to remind
juice.
everybody at home, Pinterest is the site to go. Pinterest.com/home and family TV. You can get this recipe. Also, pick up Fabio's free magazine at FabioViviani.com. Isn't it really
I
good?
want to drink.
Yeah, it's good, and I see it. But you can see how if you salted the water, it would be
Yeah, it would be
probably
way
too
too
much.
salty. You're
That
Yeah.
sauce, especially the reducing sauce from the shellfish, seawater. And
my.
you kind of
That is
keep them
quite
in water,
wonderful.
salted water.